The world of crypto is moving faster than ever, but if there's one thing investors have been waiting for, it's regulatory clarity. And now, a major step has been taken. On April 25, 2025, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, held a groundbreaking roundtable, laser-focused on one of the most critical aspects of digital assets crypto custody. But before we dive into what happened, let's set the stage. Crypto custody is all about how your digital assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything in between, are safely stored. Unlike traditional assets like stocks that sit comfortably in a brokerage account, crypto exists on blockchains, decentralized, complex, and vulnerable. If you lose a private key, there's no forgot password button. That's why good custody isn't just important. It's absolutely essential. It's what builds trust, attracts serious investors, and stabilizes the market. And right now, the rules on how this should be handled are murky at best. That's where the SEC's Crypto Task Force steps in. Created in early 2025 under the leadership of Commissioner Hester Peirce and supported by the new crypto-forward SEC Chair Paul Atkins, the task force is pushing for smart, innovation-friendly regulation. Their mission is clear: protect investors without strangling the golden goose of blockchain innovation. At the April 25th roundtable, titled Know Your Custodian Key Considerations for Crypto Custody, regulators brought the brightest minds in crypto to the table. We're talking heavyweights like Kraken, Anchorage Digital, Exodus, WisdomTree, Fidelity Digital Assets, and Fireblocks. Alongside them were SEC Commissioners Caroline Crenshaw, Hester Peirce, and Acting Chair Mark Uyeda, all sitting down for a real gritty discussion. The talks weren't just about broad concepts. They got very specific. Everyone agreed that crypto custody presents challenges no traditional asset ever faced. Blockchains are permanent, transactions are irreversible. Cybersecurity threats lurk at every corner, and the laws written back in the 1940s, they simply don't fit this new world. For example, the concept of a qualified custodian under the old Investment Advisors Act doesn't clearly translate to decentralized digital assets. How do you qualify a customer when the tech itself defies traditional control models? How do you guarantee security when hackers are evolving by the day? Industry leaders came ready with solutions. They advocated for clear, crypto-specific guidelines instead of forcing crypto to fit outdated models. They suggested mandatory insurance policies for custodians, so even if something goes wrong, investor funds are protected. They pushed for strict segregation of customer assets, frequent third-party audits to verify compliance, and ironclad cybersecurity protocols, including multi-factor authentication and cold storage. One thing was crystal clear. The industry doesn't fear regulation. They fear bad regulation. They want frameworks that understand blockchain's unique quirks and protect investors without smothering innovation. Commissioner Peirce, affectionately known in the community as Crypto Mum, summed it up perfectly. Custody issues are some of the most challenging as we seek to integrate crypto assets into our regulatory structure. A powerful acknowledgement that change is needed, but it must be smart change. So, what's next? The SEC will take the feedback from this roundtable and use it to refine its custody rule. New standards could soon emerge, defining who qualifies as a crypto custodian and what safeguards they must meet. And the SEC isn't working in a vacuum. They're forming advisory groups, talking directly with industry leaders, and for the first time in years, showing they're willing to listen. But it's not just the US making moves. Globally, regulations are shifting rapidly. In South Korea, new guidelines for listing digital assets are being rolled out to boost transparency and protect investors. In China, strict bans remain, but a centralized digital yuan is under active development. In India, they are considering fine-tuning legislation for crypto assets, even as they prepare to launch a national digital currency. And across the European Union, the newly enacted MiCA law brings stablecoins and crypto under a banking-style regulatory umbrella. This worldwide momentum shows one undeniable truth. Crypto isn't a fad. It's becoming a core part of the global financial system. But with great opportunity comes great responsibility. How governments handle custody regulations will shape not just who wins or loses in the crypto space, but how fast the whole industry grows. In the US, the SEC's more collaborative approach, balancing innovation with investor protection, signals a maturing market. But there's a thin line between smart rules and overregulation. Will America lead the crypto revolution, or will innovation migrate elsewhere? That's the trillion-dollar question. As investors, developers, and crypto enthusiasts, staying informed is no longer optional. It's essential, because every new rule, every guideline, every handshake at these regulatory roundtables, they're not just shaping the future of Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're shaping the future of finance itself. So buckle up, big changes are coming, and if the SEC gets it right, a safer, stronger, and more trusted crypto ecosystem could be just around the corner.